Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zhang here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Ranked, and the next couple are going to be pretty exciting because I've got a very cool guest joining me today. This is Edward Cheung from Hong Kong, and of course, as you guys may know, I'm in Hong Kong for vacation with a couple of friends, and Edward's a really cool guy. He actually got top 16 at Worlds back in 2016. I actually got to commentate one of his sets, and that was really exciting. But he has definitely been a player that's made a splash on the scene. I think really putting Hong Kong on the map for VGC. I'm really excited to feature him, and he's an excellent player, and we're going to be using one of the teams he created. So you can kind of introduce yourself.
Yeah, thank you for your kind introduction. so this is a team that's composed with a very nice Pokemon Musharna here, because I like the idea that you can use a Psychium C and activate the trick rooms even it is being taunted, and it also features with hypnosis so that you can get all this hypnosis onto your opponents.
Yeah, it's a really fun Trick Room team. I haven't really used Trick Room too much in this format, and there's a lot of cool stuff. I mean, Mega Camerupt I think is awesome, but the Psychic Z Musharna will definitely be interesting as well. So yeah, I'm really excited for this. You'll see him on the next couple of episodes as well, just because we want to do a couple. I want to have content for the next couple of days while I'm still here in Hong Kong, so we're just going to jump on the ladder and see what we find. But I guess, while we're talking, you can kind of give the viewers kind of an introduction to the Hong Kong VGC scene.
Yeah, Hong Kong have our first tournaments back in 2015,
right.
And after that, we have continuously to have some players being sent to the Worlds. So I am very lucky to be the first one to be in the Worlds, and afterwards, I have some of our fellow players like Cyrus or Alvin, who's also participated in the Worlds and did a great job in it.
Yeah, I think, did you play in 2015 Worlds, or was it just 16?
Yeah, I played for 3 years.
Oh, okay, so 15, 16, and 17.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, and your best finish was top 16 in 2016.
Yes.
Who did you lose to in top 16 that year?
Oh, that's Marcus.
Oh, that's right, yeah. It was 2-1, right? It was a
yeah, I lost in the first and the last games of that.
Was that the one we streamed and commentated, I think?
Exactly.
Yeah,
you're the one that commentated.
Yeah, I was like, now I remember this. I wasn't sure if it was Swiss or Top Cut, but I remember that was a really exciting set. So, you having been like the main VGC representative for Hong Kong, like how do you see the scene currently and the kind of the future for it?
It's a lovely scene because I've got a lot of friends from all around the world, and I do hope to see more in the future. Mm-hmm. So if there is a chance, please hit me up, and my Twitter is Harmager Aegis. So it seems like we haven't fun.
Yeah, no one's trying to play Pokemon right now. New Year's just happened, but no, we'll just look for an opponent again. But yeah, I'll link his Twitter in the description below as well if you guys want to contact him. I feel like he's one of the best representatives of the Hong Kong local scene. I'm actually going to a mid-season showdown, which is one of those local events in a couple of days, so pretty excited to be there. I don't know what I'm going to use yet, but we'll see. And it should be a fun event. I'll try to save all my battle videos, so I'll post them regardless of how I do. And I'm kind of just interested in the Hong Kong scene, and yeah, it's just cool being in a different country and be able to go to a tournament there.
Because Hong Kong have very specialized matters. So some guys in Hong Kong say that they're prepared for some special moves for you.
I'm kind of scared, but they can only be so prepared because I'm not prepared yet. So we'll see how that goes. But that should be fun.
Yeah, we had our regular tournaments around once per month, which is an MSS or PCs here, and we currently do not have any plans for opens or regionals at the moment. So maybe you might see some of our fellow Hong Kong players in the Melbourne's internationals, but I guess I would not participate at this moment.
Oh, okay. So you're not planning on going this year?
No.
Is it just because how expensive is it to go there from here?
It's around, I think you need to spend around $1,000 US for the whole trip. Yeah.
All right, looks like we actually have an opponent. So long introduction, but always fun chatting with someone when we have a guest on here. So Kangaskhan, Volcarona, Zapdos, Landorus, Tapu Fini, and Amoonguss. What are your thoughts?
I think if we can set up the trick rooms, we'll be in very good position.
Yeah, Camerupt looks amazing here.
Yeah, but the good things about the Musharna is that it's a very low speed Pokemon. You can underspeed the Amoonguss, and you can always Psychium Seed, use a Shed Psychic on it, or you can Hypnosis on it.
Mm-hmm. the three Pokemon I'm looking at really are like Musharna, Camerupt, Tapu Lele. I don't know too much about Landorus here. Amoonguss seems okay, although Feeny can obviously just have the terrain. I haven't used Stakataka at all, so I don't really know too much
exactly.
about it.
So what is your pick? I think we lead with Musharna's.
I like that.
And not quite sure about Landorus because it is Scarf Landorus, and you always use U-turn, or even you can use Earthquakes, which won't affect Musharna because of the telepathy's abilities. But but I would go for a hard trick rooms one. Yeah.
Okay, let's go. I kind of want to go Lele, Camerupt, Amoonguss.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's see how this plays out. So yeah, this is one of those teams where it's like very hard trick room. Landorus, however you did mention, is a Choice Scarf user. Could make sense here, I think, but in a best of one, it's like I think sticking to hard trick room is better, just because if we get it up, I feel like we have a very good chance of just winning.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we're gonna get into this. Our opponent running a kind of a standard team composition. I mean, all those Pokemon are pretty much some of the most common Pokemon in the format right now. As always, if you guys enjoy Road to Rank, please share support by leaving a like in the video. Don't forget to check him out. Twitter, linked in the description below. But we have Volcarona and the Feeny,
which is favorable because I am using a quite Tapu Lele, which means that the Psychic terrain is the terrain that dominates the field.
Yeah, which is awesome because if you look at our opponent's team, like they don't really have any great resists to Psychic, or no resist at all. Actually. So that's good. That's a good start.
So the first thing is, do you want a Z trick rooms or just a trick room?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the one concern is like, can they really stop Trick Room? They would need a taunt, right? But Z Trick Room does guarantee it.
Yeah, because I saw some Tapu Fini hats taunt on it, which is not quite common.
I think it's not the worst case. Might as well, just because I don't think we really need Shattered Psyche, given that we have Tapu Lele out anyway.
Sure.
So I want to go for that, and I would probably want a Psychic Feeny, just because we have the Camerupt in the back.
Exactly.
Yeah. Alright, well, as long as we don't faint here, because Musharna could get doubled up onto, and there is a Bug Buzz. We'll see how much that does.
Oh, there's a lot.
Yeah!
Okay.
Nice.
Now the calm line.
Yeah, so I was really afraid like of the double up there, but I figured maybe our opponent is afraid that we have a berry, so they tried to kind of avoid that. Bug Buzz did do a lot of damage though, and Volcarona is faster.
I didn't expect it.
Yeah.
But because most, there it goes. Because most Volcarona doesn't have Bug Buzz. Because even if you have a set up a Quiver Dance that set, you usually put
5 type attack,
5 types,
and even
Giga Drain.
Yeah, exactly.
So the Trick Room is set up, and we have.
So we have 1 accuracy now, right? Z Trick Room gives us accuracy as well. So not only do you get to prevent the taunt, you also get an accuracy boost, which means we could Hypnosis here.
We can try to knock out the Volcaranas. Oh, I mean, at least do a lot of damage on this, because we want a free switch into the Camerupt.
Yes. I was thinking use either Hypnosis or Psychic onto the Volcarona, and then Psychic on Lele onto the Feeny.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay, I'll just go for the Psychic because we'd actually want us to get knocked out here. I also want to see how much Psychic and Psychic Terrain against Volcarona does. Okay, Feeny protects, that's fine. So ideally, Volcarona doesn't protect, knocks out the Musharna, and then we get a free switch in the Camerupt because then we can just spam Eruption. Yeah, that's really solid. So you could have doubled up there, but might as well. If Volcarona does Bug Buzz, should target down. Yeah, perfect. So the downside is, of course, we are now only playing with 3 turns of Trick Room, but our opponent has no safe switch-ins really to anything with Camerupt and Tapu Lele out on the field. So we need to just make sure we play the next couple of turns right, but you know, Feeny protecting also gives us a lot of leverage because we know, okay, now we can just Psychic that slot freely. I'm thinking Camerupt just Eruptions. So yeah, so I would say just Eruption here.
Yeah,
Psychic
let's
Feeny.
go for it.
Yeah, I think Feeny maybe wants to switch out. He probably should. But that means something's getting knocked out, definitely on the switch-in. And if Volcarona doesn't protect, that's also getting knocked out. So this is like the ideal position for Mega Camerupt really to be in, because and it stays in. Wow,
okay. So maybe they, I'm not sure, but Kangaskhan can't really take out in Psychic Terrain.
Yeah. So I feel like Feeny should have switched out here, because although if this puts it in berry range, I don't think it yet. That seems just above.
Just above, I guess so.
Okay,
Alright.
nice. I held my heart there for a second because I was like, oh, I guess if it does have the berry, then it would heal, because Feeny typically has the 50% berry. But that makes it a lot easier because we didn't proc the berry, just because now there's still 2 turns of Trick Room left. Like you mentioned, Kangaskhan can't fake out. I think our opponent probably has it as well.
Yeah.
Landorus coming in here can't take these attacks well at all. So, it's Amoonguss.
Amoonguss.
Okay.
Which might be a problem because Amoonguss underspeed my Camerupt. It is a relax or sexy one.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't hurt to just use eruptions.
Yeah,
and
I think
psychic.
still eruption and psychic here. I would probably say psychic Amoonguss. Although actually maybe Landorus here just because
We have Amoonguss on the back, right?
yes.
Maybe only Amoonguss is a safer choice.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Alright, so we'll see if Landorus protects here and whether the Amoonguss does outspeed us. It does outspeed us, so we'll get a Spore off, but target's still Tapu Lele, which means this game should probably be over. Maybe expecting a protect on the Camerupt. I feel like if our opponent wanted a chance of winning, it would have to target down the camera, but is there a sash? Okay, no, there isn't even a sash. So
it doesn't make sense.
yeah, I mean, our play there was like, okay, it'll probably put one of our Pokemon to sleep, but by doing that, we get the knockout in return. And sure, Landorus will get a strong attack off, but then we still have Amoonguss, so we could switch back out Spore and EQ here. Yeah, well, wouldn't get the knockout anyway. So even if the Spore got into Camerupt, we'd still get the knockout.
Exactly.
Yeah, and the Landorus is clearly assault-vested. So
some of the audience might be quite.
Yeah.
You're asking the questions why it's Amoonguss outspeeding Camerupt in the trick rules because I designed the teams. One of the design of my Amoonguss is that is outspeed the Camerupt in the trick room so it can use the sunny days and help Camerupt to deal with the rains and also boost its damage.
Yeah, Edward's definitely got. I'm just gonna flamethrower and Psychic. I think Amoonguss should be able to win this. Maybe it would have been a little bit safer to switch Camerupt out into Amoonguss, but then if we get crit, that could be bad. So I was thinking just go for as much damage here, and Amoonguss should 1v1 the Landorus after the damage.
Yeah, that should be the game.
Yeah. And that actually gets knocked out by itself. Nice. So Camerupt really putting in work here. I mean, our lead worked out perfectly, really, but it could have gone downhill really quickly if the Trick Room didn't go up. Although, like Specs Tapu Lele with the Psychic terrain was just so good against our opponent's team. So was Camerupt. Like, you can kind of see why this team is built the way it does, because against a lot of these more standard team compositions, if you get the setup going, you kind of just roll through them. So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy about that one. That was like as good of a first game, I think, as we can get with this team.
So we are jumping into the second games right now.
Yeah.
I hope we can find our opponents very soon.
I guess the other question I was kind of thinking about, Stack Attack looked kind of interesting there, just because it's so strong, Gyro Ball and Rock Slide. But the one reason I'm always kind of hesitant on it is just because, like, if it gets intimidated against other Landorses, I'm always a little bit scared of. So I haven't played with it at all, really.
We should try it because even if it intimidates, Gyro Balls have quite a great chance in knocked outing the most Landorus.
Oh, it can still one-shot it?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. Okay. So maybe that'll make an appearance. Like, the one thing I was thinking when our opponent had Volcarona and Feeny, I was like, oh, if we let Landorus here, then we'd pressure with Rock Slide immediately. But fortunately, we didn't get doubled up onto the Musharna, so that really was able to help us out a lot.
So one concern is that if you put Landorus and Musharna, you have to decide whether you turn to set up the trick rooms or you just helping hands and do some damages onto your opponents.
Yeah, definitely. That kind of, the core reminds me a lot of like the 2013 teams where you'd have Landorus, Cresselia, and then like Heat Train in the back with Eruption and Fire Gen.
Yeah, it's quite similar.
Yeah, exactly. And so, you know, I used them at Worlds that year. Ryosuke did as well. And the idea behind that was you kind of, like you said, you know, get an Intimidate off U-turn, get a Sweeper in, you know, try to do as much damage off with the Eruptions, and then in the end game you can bring the Landorus back out to really close out the game because you should be faster than everything by then. So, pretty cool to see that really reincarnated, but I think the Musharna is probably an interesting thing, like, you know, Musharna over Cresselia, I think, is something that some people might be curious about, so, you know, maybe you can, as we can't find anyone, so we'll try again, but it gives us time to talk. So, maybe you can explain kind of why Musharna for this team specifically, or why Musharna in VGC 18?
It's kind of difficult questions for me, because I need to acknowledge for why I'm using Musharna in this team is that I need to acknowledge Ryota's the current world champions that he did a tweet on what Pokemon he were going to use or he will breed before the seasons. And one of them is Musharna's, and it's come up to my mind that it has very low speed and it can always hypnosis, and if you put a Psychic seed on it, it would become a very dangerous things for the opponents. And its bulk, of course, is comparatively to the Cresselia.
Yeah, those are all really good points, and I think Psychic Z on it specifically is so cool because you have 3 different Psychic Z moves there. You can use Psychic, you Trick Room, or Hypnosis. So that in itself,
I'm not sure about what Z
Hypnosis. Yeah, I don't know about that one either. So probably wouldn't want to use that. But Z Psychic, just one of the strongest type attacks you can have when Psychic Terrain is up, and then Z Trick Room, as we saw in that first game, just to get insurance, so you don't have to worry about taunt, and you get the accuracy boost, and then that chains off with Hypnosis as well. So there's just so much built-in synergy there, and Musharna's ability is also really nice because, like you mentioned, you can pair with Landorus and just Earthquake next to it, which is helpful because then, like the rest of the team, there aren't any great Earthquake resists or immune.
Exactly. So we're still waiting for our opponent.
I'm trying to look right now. We're recording at it's like 3 o'clock here.
So
that's like 2 a.m. I think back on the East Coast.
We got one.
1477.
And
okay.
from California.
Let's try to win this one. I'd like to preserve my rating. Wow, that's an interesting team because it looks so VGC 2014 to me, actually. Bisharp, Talonflame, Salmons, Tyranitar. Talonflame is kind of interesting to see, but then you have the Tapu Koko and the Gastrodon.
But it will be quite difficult because we see Bisharp, which threatens our teams quite a lot.
Yeah, this matchup actually is really scary.
Yeah. And also the Talonflame, like I don't know how to deal with Talonflame back. We know how to deal with it back in
old formats, but like
new formats.
Like
when
I was thinking like when you use team building, like you don't really consider Bisharp or Talonflame anymore, but here they are, both of them, which is so scary.
Exactly.
Oh man, this is actually really hard.
Maybe we should sacrifice. I'm not sure, but sacrifice Imungus might be a choice, but I still need energy pools for the
Gastrodon. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking I want to maybe lead Stack Attacka here.
Yeah, we'll try it.
Okay, let's give it a try. Stack Attacka, I kind of want to pair it up with the Mungus, just because if our opponent doesn't lead well enough, then we can maybe get Trick Room up immediately.
Yeah. And Camerupt.
Camerupt, and I was thinking maybe Lele, but
Lele, because I really hate to get attacked from the priority moves.
Yeah,
let's go for it.
Although now that I remember, with Psychic Terrain we could potentially make some plays so that we can block a priority Brave Bird or Sucker Punch, which is potentially a big deal. So we need I think that Talonflame might be actually the most annoying thing because we can knock that out. Then Amoonguss has a much better time here, but. Musharna a lot harder to bring this time around because our opponent has a Bisharp, which we haven't seen in VGC in so long. So I'm
not sure about how much damage would the knocked-off goes on to the Musharnas because it's holding a Psychic Game season is always 65 instead of. Alright, our opponent leads with Salamence and Bisharp.
Presumably that's just Mega Mence with Double Edge or Hyper Voice, obviously, and then Bisharp.
I don't think Bisharp can. If Salamence can one-hit KO Amoonguss, but I don't think it can one-hit KO Stack Attackas.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards just Trick Rooming and Protecting, but another play we could make is just...
Do we have Protect on
right. So this one is a special set. As you see, we got Sunny Day and an Energy Ball, Spore and Rage Powder. So we could sacrifice it, but the Gastrodon's what I'm really worried about. So part of me wants to switch it out here into Camerupt.
Or even Lele.
That could be interesting as well, yeah.
It might take, because it's a bulky Lele, it might take the one single attack. Right. I'm not sure about it.
Let's go with Lele, just because Camerupt plus Amoonguss can really blow through our opponent's team. But yeah, I think if Amoonguss had Protector, it'd be a very safe Protect play, but we're just going to switch it out here. The one thing I'd be scared about is like Hyper Voice Assurance, but I don't think that should knock out the Stack Attacka because its defense is just so high.
Even its Lonely Glaciers.
Yeah. So Mega Mence, no surprise there. The Gash, it's just like there's just one Pokemon on our opponent's team that threatens like one thing really hard. Yeah, exactly. So there's the Hyper Voice. So I could have maybe stayed in because Amoonguss should be able to survive Hyper Voice, but I'd rather guarantee that we have it around. And there's just a knockoff. Okay. That's just Stack Attack.
Alright. That's good.
Yeah, it's fine.
So the trick room set up, we can always Moonblast. Oh,
Yeah, so
we have
let's see.
Rock Slide.
We do, yeah. So
It's quite
Moonblast is very safe.
it's quite tempting to use because we want to knock off the bishop.
Yes.
But I'm not sure if the Moonblast could knock it off.
Yeah, I mean, so
I think if it's a focus action, of course we can't.
yeah. So we could Rock Slide Moonblast just to chain it and get a knockout onto the Bisharp.
Yeah.
I like that. Rock Slide should still do a decent amount of Salamence. We also have a flinch chance there. So let's go for that. Yeah, bulky Tapu Lele, definitely really cool, especially on a Trick Room team, because I think, like, okay, Salamence switches out, that's fine. If Bisharp doesn't protect here,
Alright,
okay, that's
Coco.
also fine, yeah. So the question here is, does Bisharp protect? Because if it doesn't, then we should be in a pretty solid slot. Although we could get Sucker Punch here, actually. Nope, no Sucker Punch. Okay, nice.
So it connects.
Yeah, so
So-
I would think Specs Moonblast should knock out Bisharp here.
Yeah, I think so.
I hope so. Let's see.
Because even Hyper Voice do a lot of damage on the bishops back
Nice.
in 15, 16.
Perfect. Yeah. So that's really good for us. I think the one thing I was kind of worried about was Coco switching out and then Sucker Punch going
So
to
what comes in
Lele.
is here.
Yeah. Seeing Coco was good though. And
All
there's
right,
Gastrodon,
here
yeah.
comes the Gastrodon.
So that's why we needed to save the Amoonguss. But that's good.
Maybe we can now switch out the Stakataka.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Into Amoonguss, I think.
Yeah, and we can just continue to spam the
Moonblast,
Moonblast.
yes. I would probably target Coco here.
True.
Yeah. Because then now... okay, yeah, we're in a pretty good spot. Yeah, it's really interesting that the Coco came out this game, but it does stop us from sporing with the terrain. Oh, okay. Does that KO us?
Not really.
Nice. Okay, that's really good then. Because the other thing is we can actually still spore the Salamence because it's not grounded.
True.
So,
But knocking out the Gastrodon is definitely the most important things at this moment.
yeah, I guess a safer
We
play
still
actually...
have 2 turns, right?
Yeah, we do. So we could just theoretically Energy Ball Gastrodon Moonblast Salamence, because this is say, okay, if you Sludge Bomb the Lele, then we'll knock out the Gastrodon. We
Yeah.
trade, and even if Mence knocks out a Moongus, we have Stakataka and Camerupt in the back. If you protect the Gastrodon, then Moonblast, which is knock out Salamence. Yeah, so
Let's go for it.
the only downside here is if like Gastrodon has the Rindo Berry, but
We have to guess.
I'm trying to see if there's any safer play we can to make to maybe avoid that, but let's see. There's 2 turns of Trick Room, yeah.
2 turns, we don't have much choice.
Yeah.
If we have 3 turns, we might have some choice.
All right, let's just go for what we're saying: Energy Ball and Moonblast. I think the other play maybe could be to Spore Salamence, but then you're kind of rolling the dice there a little bit. And,
Alright.
Okay.
Narrowing the battery. What?
Oh, is that a Saltbass Gastrodon?
Oh my god!
Wait, but the Ice Beam. What? Okay, so we win, but that could have been a lot scarier. Well, that should knock out, right? Yeah, okay. What?
I didn't expect it.
Okay. Very interesting.
So add Swordfish Gastrodons.
Yeah, I think.
But how could it survive Leaf Blaze or physical attack?
Yeah, wow, Assault Vest Gastrodon. So I'm thinking maybe it could have been a little bit safer to spore the Salamence. Like you're rolling the dice with sleep turns there, but I don't know. That's really tricky, honestly.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to think. I don't mind the play we made there, just because like I feel like most Gastrodons have like recovery items.
Yeah.
Like you'll typically see
berries,
berry or lefties,
or even sea crystal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like.
But so fast?
I actually don't think I've ever seen a Assault Vest Gastrodon. Like it's not
Me neither.
like the craziest set, I guess, but it's not something I would ever really even consider when playing against someone. So that was scary. I don't think our opponent should have Ice Beam there. I think you definitely should Sludge Bomb.
Yeah.
And Double Edge, just because you're like the Ice Beam doesn't give you any mileage against a Moongus, unless you're going for a Spore. That actually could have been really interesting. The end game would have been really interesting because it would have come down to we could have gotten both of our Pokemon knocked out.
So the best Bay is Tapu
Tapu Lele, yeah, we got Tapu Lele just chilling here today, and that Tapu Lele clearly the MVP of that last match. I think really just putting in a lot of work. But yeah, I mean the first game we played today, I think pretty straightforward. We got the setup. We just had a scary turn one, but made it through that. That was really good. And then once we had that, it was just clicking buttons.
Yeah, but the Bishops makes the things different.
Yes, that second game, we can't just go with Musharna. So Stakataka definitely put in work because it's a bulky Trick Room user as well. But I saw best Gastrodon. If our opponent Sludge Bomb and Double Edge, I think we actually would have been in a pretty bad position. So
yeah, I don't think we can come back.
Yeah, because Gastrodon just scalds and knocks out Camerupt and Stakataka.
And Earth powers onto
yeah.
Stakataka.
Wow, that was really interesting. But we do end up with 2 wins there, but a very close call in that second one. And that's the scary team, or scary thing. Sometimes you build teams, and with a metagame as open as this, you don't consider some threats. Because, back in 2014, for example, when Bisharp and Talonflame were 2 of the best Pokemon, you had to always team build. You have to be super careful about both of those. But we're playing a format now where it's like, when was the last time we saw either of those Pokemon? Especially,
because Lele's coming up.
Exactly, yeah. Not only did Talonflame get nerfed, but you have Tapu Lele around as well, so it's so much weaker. But that was still actually a really scary kind of threat, even though the game looked really good. Just to solve this on Gastrodon being really crazy. But we do get 2 wins, and we'll be doing a couple more episodes with this team. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really always love having someone else on Road to Ranked, especially when we're in person. Makes it more entertaining. And I thought, Edward gave so much good insight for the Hong Kong scene and for that team specifically. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thank you to him for joining us. You guys can go follow him on Twitter, linked in the description below. And of course, if you enjoyed a collaboration like this, please definitely show your support. Give Edward some kind words as well. And yeah, if you have any final words, feel free to.
Maybe I will see you in the next episode.
Sounds good. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.